Civilization 7 is a Civ game with a lot of changes, and I've seen more and more people being a little bit confused when it comes to the basics of those changes. And let's be honest here, if you don't understand the basics and the groundwork, you will have some major issues with some of the other gameplay aspects. So let's do exactly that in this video, talk about the basics, and that is how to choose your leader, what the impact of that is, and then of course how to choose a nation and how that will impact the gameplay. Now, when you were looking back at Civilization 6 or even the previous Civilization games, you choose your leader and your leader came with a nation. The leader had some perks, the nation had some units and some buildings, and when you choose that, that's it. Right, you never think really about it anymore, and you have chosen that decision for the whole playthrough. Now, in Civ 7, that changes dramatically because you are now choosing the leader and the nation independently. So let's start to talk about the leader. The leader is still coming with its own perks. And yes, the leader is eternal. There are some aliens, sci-fi, vampires, whatever. They will not be replaced, and you will have them the whole playthrough, which makes sense because your leader has also now talent trees where you are getting more and more points you can spend in that tree to become better. And I have opened up here the official website. And what you are seeing here is not like a specific playstyle the AI will follow or something like that. Those are the talent trees the leader will have available. So the whole economy stuff, military stuff, and all that, those are talent trees. Now, we don't know exactly how it works. We have only seen briefly some of the talent trees, and we have only seen briefly on how you can technically accumulate some points, but we don't know the full story. But how it basically works is you will accumulate points faster in the trees you are specializing on with your leader, but you can still choose the other talent trees you are not specializing in. It will just be harder to accumulate points for that. Now, that can still change to the release, or we haven't seen like exactly how it works, so take this with a little bit grain of salt. And then you choose your nation. Now, this is very important. Your leader can choose all the nations independently. Yes, that means Benjamin Franklin can become the leader of Egypt. No, that makes historically no sense. This is just for the fun and the gameplay, but that's how it works. And the nations are still coming with special units and special buildings. That hasn't changed. But the nations do change. Huh? How do they change? Oh, they change with the ages. So we have 3 different ages, right, we are going through, or chapters. And in the first one, which starts at around the Stone Age and goes up till the Iron Age, and then the second age will start at the early medieval age and goes up till the Renaissance, and then age 3 we haven't seen yet, but I will take a educated guess here and say that we are starting at the early industrial age and then go up till the age of information / beyond that, as they like to do. And as I said, whenever the age changes, there will be an event where you have to make some decisions. Depending on your decisions, which nation you choose, and what you did through playing through that age, you would then have multiple choices on the new nations / civilizations. And yes, some of them will be historically inspired, and some of them will just be gameplay, just fun. They make no sense from a historical level. Now, let me just give you 2 examples here. Like when you're moving from age 2 to age 3, Spain can become Mexico, right? That makes sense from a historical perspective. But then we have also Egypt, which can transform into age 2 into Mongolia. If you're like, wait, Egypt can become Mongolia? That makes no sense. Well, it does from a gameplay perspective, and if you have enough horses, right? If you have accumulated enough horses in the previous age, then you can actually become Mongolia. And so that's what they are doing here. They have some historical choices and just some fun gameplay choices. And I think that's completely okay. Like, I know that some people are not happy about this because it's not historically accurate, but let's be real here for a second. Civilization has always been historically adjacent and not like a complete historical representation of the things which happened and the choices you could make always. So I I can see why people don't like it. Personally, I don't mind it, but that's how it works. And they will not change that just 2 months before the release. So that's what we are getting. But it is important to know how those two things works because a lot of the other gameplay elements build on this knowledge and it makes more sense when you're putting them all together. By the way, if you want to check out those other gameplay elements, please check out my videos here on the channel. We have already done some and we will do more up till the release and beyond, of course. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you leave a like. And also, if you're new to the channel and you love strategy games specifically, then you came to the right place. And I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. If you still have some questions, then let me know down below in the comments and we'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.